This is your Adventist News, a service of the South Bahamas Conference of Seventh-day Adventists. I'm Stanley Flord. In this week's broadcast, Youth Minister in the Park and Bahamas Academy engages in Literacy Month. These stories and more on this week's Adventist News. In today's world, literacy is a key skill in society. Despite the rise in literacy globally, there are more than 770 million adults around the world who are illiterate. To encourage its students to become active readers and well-rounded members of society, Bahamas Academy launched its Literacy Month in February. It was a 4-week initiative by the school, led by librarian Tamara Dixon.
Our theme for this month is Discovering Our World. So all of the activities this month have been geared towards helping our students to discover the world around them.
Every week, the students were engaged in various activities to encourage them to read. The elementary division had weekly mystery readers, while the students of the secondary division listened to the special guest speakers who spoke about their various occupations and experiences.
With the first segment, it was with a lawyer, and she told us about the laws in the country and what they do for us and how they, control us basically to have a peaceful life in the country. What stood out to me the most inside of the segment which we were in is that a lot of the laws and rules here in the Bahamas, we share with a lot of other Caribbean countries.
What stood out to me the most, probably the one that we did today, traveling. It stood out to me because she said that you could, with traveling, it makes you healthier, boost your social skills and stuff like that. You can learn about the other things around the world.
One of the highlights of the month was a literacy night on February 16th, where students and their families gathered under the stars at the school for a night of reading.
We encourage our families to come together and they engage in all kinds of activities, STEM, creation of things. Then they also sat and listened to a story brought to us by Mrs. Ash, our former principal, and Mrs. Juliet Sands, our current principal.
The Literacy Month concluded with a book fair held in the library, which the students were enthusiastic about as they bought their favorite books from the Logos bookstore. In attendance was also a surprise guest, a local Bahamian author.
We have Logos Bookstore with us, in addition to Bahamian author Jane B. Turnquest, and we just want to expose our students to books. We want them to build their libraries at home, in addition to patronizing our library here at Bahamas Academy.
The Literacy Month was reported to be a success and served as a motivator for the students to be active readers. This past weekend, the Youth Department hosted the first Park and Praise for the year at Elizabeth Estates Park. The Joint AY service kicked off with a community mission activity as those present went to the neighboring houses to pass out new school books, pencils, and other school supplies. The group reconvened at the park where individuals and groups lifted their voices in praise. Pastor Manasseh Sims shared a devotional thought, reminding those present that we must remain focused on connecting to Christ and forming a connection with Him who loves us unconditionally.
I'm talking to someone out there tonight. You may be experiencing your low moment where you feel as if people have left you high and dry. You may have experienced the heartbreak of a relationship after relationship and you don't know true love. You've experienced what it's like to expend yourself and do all that you can and still come up empty. I want to introduce to you the answer, the solution, the one who can provide that thing you're searching for. Today, His name is Jesus.
We look forward to the next Park and Praise sponsored by the Youth Department as our young people continue to spread the gospel around the Bahamas. 8 Weeks to Wellness has returned with a hybrid in-person and Zoom program at the New Providence Seventh-day Adventist Church. Under the theme, I Choose, the opening ceremony occurred on February 27th as the new participants of the program were encouraged to begin the steps to a healthier lifestyle. Health Ministries Director Shandira Smith expressed her excitement for the hybrid program that has served as a health outreach initiative for the last 18 years and currently allows participants from the Family Islands.
And we are ecstatic that you have chosen to make one of the best choices in your life, to take responsibility for your health, to prioritize your health. We are so happy and appreciative that we have this amazing opportunity to empower you with the tools and skills that you need to live a healthier, more fulfilling, a better quality, and a more productive life.
Also in attendance were South Bahamas Conference President Pastor Kenny DeVoe, AHPA President Georgette Bain, and Ministry of Health and Wellness Chief Medical Officer Dr. Pearl Macmillan, who provided a health charge for the participants.
In my view, we sometimes overlook the fact that wellness or well-being is undeniably tied to one's health, which is inextricably linked to daily healthy choices.
Final registrations and screenings also occurred at the church, and the participants were introduced to their coaches. The program continues every Monday from 6 p.m. through 8 p.m. and ends on April 24th. We are excited for all those who signed up as they continue to choose to live healthy. And our newsreel for this week's news comes from the Charm Department. On February 17th, Charm's director Kenesha Sims was invited as the keynote speaker at Bahamas Academy Leadership Seminar under the theme Born to Shine for their 5th and 6th grade leaders. The seminar was designed to empower students to recognize and utilize their unique strengths and talents. Mistress Sims engaged the students in an interactive session that explored self-discovery, goal setting, and overcoming self-doubt. After this commercial break, we will have more on what's coming up in the South Bahamas Conference.
For the first time in history, the Inter-American Vision Pathfinder Camporee will be held on the beautiful island of Jamaica, Montego Bay, from April 4th to the 8th, 2023.
Pathfinders in the Cayman Islands.
Pathfinders in the North Bahamas.
Pathfinders in the South Bahamas Conference.
Pathfinders in the Turks and Caicos Islands.
Get ready to join us
in Montego Bay,
Jamaica,
April 4 to 8,
2023.
Come secure your spot. Register now.
Come pitch your tent under the starry sky.
Come enjoy the outdoor experiences.
Come,
let's worship
and fellowship
together.
Pathfinders in mission. I will go.
I will go.
I will go.
I will go.
I will go. Will you?
And coming up in the South Bahamas Conference, Youth Week of Prayer from Sunday, March 19th through the 25th at the Living Faith SDA Church. Pathfinders, Master Guides, and Adventist youth will join together for 1 week of spring youth evangelism, 7 p.m. nightly with Thursday off, and 11 a.m. and 5 p.m. on Sabbath, March 25th, 2023. It will be a time of musical drama, deliverance, and decisions, so you don't want to miss it. Join the Johnson Park Church as they celebrate 60 years of building by faith, encouraging each other, April 16th through the 30th. This family-centered church is grateful for being God's hands, eyes, and feet in the Chippingham community. The church has several events planned, including a fun-run walk, a food giveaway, and community health assessment, a prayer and Thanksgiving service, and a gala banquet. Feel free to visit the South Bahamas Conference website at southbahamasconference.org to receive more information on all of our upcoming conference events. There, you can also view a rebroadcast of our Adventist News Update, along with other local programming from our cable channel, ATV 658, read the weekly logos, as well as the Adventist page from the Nassau Guardian.
The prostate is a walnut-shaped gland found only in men. Its function is to produce seminal fluids which nourishes and transports sperm. Prostate cancer is the uncontrollable growth of cancer cells in the gland. Almost all cancers of the prostate are malignant tumors formed from structures in the epithelial tissue, meaning that most cases of prostate cancer are very serious and harmful. Some prostate cancers can grow and spread rapidly, but most grow slowly. Factors such as age, race, and family history can increase a man's risk of having prostate cancer. At the age of 50, your risk of having prostate cancer increases. According to Cancer.net, more than 80% of prostate cancers are diagnosed in men 65 and older. Black men are more likely to have prostate cancer rather than white men. They are also at a higher risk of developing prostate cancer at an earlier age and also have tumors that are more aggressive and grow more quickly. Familial prostate cancer is when prostate cancer is inherited through the family. This is said to occur only 20% of the time. Signs of prostate cancer are burning or pain during urination, loss of bladder control, and blood in urine. Treatments include radiation therapy, surgery, and chemotherapy. If you want to reduce the risk of prostate cancer, the Mayo Clinic suggests that you consider trying 1. A low-fat diet. 2. Eat more fat from plants than from animals. 3. Increase the amount of fruits and vegetables you eat each day. 4. Eat fish. 5. Reduce the amount of dairy products you eat each day. This has been Carl Kemp with your health tips, courtesy of the Adventist Television. And remember, God wants us to prosper and be in good health.
Let's go now to the Adventist News Network with our news feature from around the world.
Alleviating the suffering of thousands, transforming and touching individual lives, showing love through action, bringing hope amidst chaos and tragedy, grief and desolation. This has been the focus of ADVENTIST humanitarian work in Turkey and Syria after the 7.8 magnitude earthquake shook both nations on February 6, killing thousands and leaving many others affected. Many of its partners, including the Seventh-day Adventist Church, are also committed to helping these nations impacted by the disaster. Let's take a deeper look at what ADRA is doing in Syria.
ADRA is today distributing canned food, bread, water and wipes here in Al-Badr Mosque in Bustan Al-Qasr area. People are staying here in the mosques as a collective shelter. There are people staying in schools as a collective shelter, people are staying in churches. Here in Al-Badr Mosque there are 70 families. We are distributing for 210 individuals. We are now in Walid bin Abdul Malik School in Salihin area, Firdaus neighborhood. This is now a collective shelter for people who their houses are damaged and now they are sleeping here in the school for the past 3 days. Yesterday ADRA distributed here food items including canned food, bread, water and wipes as well for families here, which is around 95 families. This is around 475 individuals. ADRA also distributed in a school nearby. Its name is Nizar Haj Shaban, which is also considered now a collective shelter. We distributed for around 60 families, which is around 300 individuals.
Well, that's it for our Adventist news from the South Bahamas Conference of Seventh-day Adventists. To share what is happening at your church, please email your news stories and upcoming events to sbcadventistnews@gmail.com. To view a rebroadcast of the Adventist news along with other programming and to keep in touch with what's happening in our conference, visit our website at southbahamasconference.org. The SBC Media Network's Facebook and Instagram pages are filled with lots of material from the Communications Department, so you want to check those out, and remember to subscribe, to like, follow, and share. You can watch and listen to programs from our radio station, Word SBC 88.3 FM, and our Adventist television channel, ATV 658, to get updates, insights, and first-hand information from the SBC Media Network as it happens. The programming from ATV 658 can also be viewed on the South Bahamas Conference YouTube channel, so feel free to watch a recap of our Adventist news there. On behalf of our production team, it was our pleasure bringing you tonight's news update. I'm Stanley Fullord for the SBC Media Network. Have a happy Sabbath.